Hi, and welcome back. This episode focuses on propaganda and how the Nazis used propaganda to brainwash the German people for the 12 years of the Nazi regime. Propaganda's definition, according to the U.S. Memorial Holocaust Museum, is biased information designed to shape public opinion and behavior. So I'm going to be giving a lot of examples of that and showing images of some Nazi propaganda that was in effect during those years. First of all, the propaganda that the Nazis used was directed against unwanted groups of people, people of Jewish heritage, as we know, not just people who were practicing Jews, but anyone who had Jewish blood, Jewish ancestry, against people with disabilities, against people who were homosexual, against people who resisted the Nazi regime, and any other group of people or individual that was an outsider of their regimes. Belittled those people and turned public opinion against those people. It was also biased toward the Nazi ideal. The approved women producing lots and lots of babies to further the Führer's aim of a pure master race. The idea of unity and patriotism to the max was inherent in a lot of the Nazi propaganda. And the propaganda began with the very young. It began with Hitler Youth. The Nazis controlled newspapers, as we know, every article that was written, photos that were shared, etc. The same is true for magazines. The same is true for radio broadcasts. The Nazi propaganda minister, Joseph Goebbels, was, he and his group had their hand in everything to make sure that the German people were only hearing certain pieces of information, much of it biased. We also need to remember that the German people only saw plays and films that were approved by the Nazis. Even that part of media was under their control, as was the music that was played in concert halls, as was the music that was on the radio. Even the art that was in galleries and in museums, that was all under Nazi control as well. It infiltrated the most basic levels of German life. There were park benches that had signs denouncing certain groups of people. There were billboards and posters up in public places denouncing certain groups of people or advocating loyalty to the regime. So the brainwashing was extensive. We also need to remember that the Nazi regime controlled the educational curriculum. These examples are from a first grade primer in 1936. This is a first grade reader, and it's easy to see how the Nazis' ideal of Hitler Youth was permeated into this early educational curriculum. And we need to remember that this all began years before the start of the war. I hope you come back next time. Thanks.